You've probably read the headlines, ride your bike every day and reap the rewards. And now Strava has brought out a streak feature. And I'm talking about riding every day, not getting on your bike with no lycra on and riding. Yeah, you know what I mean. Look, the thing is, I've coached for over 30 years and I've seen the benefits of people who are consistent with their riding. But look, if you're over 50 and you're still wanting to chase health metrics and you're still wanting to chase a higher VO2 max, then riding every day is not what you're needing. Yeah, so in this video, let me share with you the gains and the benefits from having a healthy relationship with the bike and the hills and the beautiful roads. Calm down, coach. But I'll also show you the dark side. Yeah, the dark side of chasing your ego and getting stuck in a trap that Strava wants you to get stuck in. Maybe you're already stuck in it. Okay, let's start with the good stuff first. Cycling regularly, even daily, can be brilliant. Of course it can. Look where I get to cycle. You see, here's what happens when you ride most days. Your heart and your lungs, they become more efficient. Your mitochondria, those energy factories, they ramp up. Your blood sugar improves. Your mood, focus, stress resilience often goes through the roof. And if you're stacking up small daily rides, you create momentum, and that can be a powerful tool. It feels like progress, it looks like commitment, but it's actually helping you adapt and improve. See, that's where things get interesting, but also dangerous. Let's talk about Strava. Now they've introduced streaks, a way that you can track how many days in a row that you can ride. They're tapping straight into your brain's dopamine system. You get a gold star. Post your stats, flex your streak. But here's the catch, folks. It's not about what you're doing anymore. It's more about how many days you're doing it in a row. It's about you ticking a box, even if it's ruining your recovery, your progress and your relationships with people and your bike. You see, Strava already had a power meter into your brain. Now it's loaded it with guilt. We all like a good streak. I like having consecutive days on the bike when it's part of a structure. You see, if you don't have structure, what's going to happen? You're lost, aren't you? You're lost in this world of sharing information because you think people are weak. If you break the streak, load of rubbish, okay? Here's where I'm speaking as a coach, and for some of you, this is going to sting, so I'm sorry. What riders forget is that adaptation is everything. Everything. Training is not when you're getting fitter. Training is when you're getting tired, when you're breaking things down. It's the stimulus. It's then the recovery. This is when the magic happens. And yet so many cyclists are obsessed with the ride because they're scared of what a rest day says about them. You're weak, yeah? Look, I've worked with guys who ride through colds, injuries, sleep deprivation, divorces, because their ego can't handle missing a day. They turn into irritable, self-tempered, highly strung versions of themselves. And when life or illness forces them off the bike, Jesus, they're just awful to be around. Is that you? They forget how lucky they are just to be able to ride the bike. They miss the value of off-the-bike training. Look, mobility, yoga, strength work, it's not sexy. You don't get Strava kudos. You don't get likes for stretching your glutes or doing a core workout. But this is where the game is won, especially if you're over 50 years old. This is where we build longevity. Skipping it because you're afraid to break your streak, that's like trading tomorrow's health for today's fake validation. What should you do instead? Look, here's the bulletproof strategy that I coach. Strategic consistency. Ride often, but not out of guilt. Build your plan around training blocks, not streaks. Yeah, sure, those blocks can be consecutive days. Respect your days off. Respect them. Go for a walk. Build in some strength work. Focus on feeling good, not just the data, because no one gives out trophies for streaks, but your body will reward you for quality, intention and patience. Remember, train so you can ride tomorrow. Ride so you can live better next year. You might be asking yourself now, does this stuff work? Of course it works. I have coached over 1,000 athletes into the top 1% of VO2 max for their age group. Hey, check out Michael's comment that he's just posted. He's in Bulletproof and he's in the 1% club. Look, if you're ready for more information, click the first link that I'm sharing. It'll take you to a presentation whereby I'll go through things in more detail. But you might be ready for the Bulletproof Club itself. You might be ready for the 1% club. Click the second link and say hello to everybody in there. Yeah, because they'll say hello back. These are people just like you, same goals, same aspirations, same frustrations. But don't be focused on a streak just because Strava's posted it. Click on the next one and I'll show you what happens after 3 hours of consecutive riding. You take care. I'll see you next time.